thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Today we're honoring the tail end, at least, of Women's History Month by showcasing some brilliant babes who don't mind kicking some glass ceilings, breaking down barriers in Hollywood and beyond. I know many women out there think they can be every woman, and by most accounts, it really is all in them. If not, then let my every woman, Maria Menounos, give you the scoop on just how easy, fun, and in this case, inexpensive it can be. This is the first of 3 Everygirl guides she authored. The Everygirl's Guide to Life, picked up for $5.99. Yet it's the second time at bat on my channel. You see, I bought all 3 of her Everygirl guides in succession, in chronological order. This is her first book, but I did her second book, The Everygirl's Guide to Cooking, the first time around. If you read the cover here, it pretty much reads like a celebrity journalism summer camp itinerary. Walk out, travel easier, host Access Hollywood at a Today Show, lose 40 pounds and keep it off, interview the Obamas, get red carpet ready, be successful, cook dinner, save money, organize life, live well, and be happy. Why don't we let Maria simplify this list? In great detail, of course.
Guide to Life. It's an A to Z guide for women of all ages to do everything better, faster, cheaper. After being in this business, and I know it sounds strange, but I've been in the business for 11 years now, I've been exposed to the biggest stars, the best experts from around the world, and having not had corporate parents or parents who were in the business, you know, there were a lot of things I needed to learn, you know. My parents were immigrants to this country, they were janitors, and not to take anything away from all the things they did teach me, because they taught me so much that led me here. But there are certain things like, you know, how to be organized and all these tips for success that, you know, I didn't necessarily get from them, but I got from other people. I decided to put it all in one big book so that I can help the every girl achieve everything that she wants to achieve. In the book, we talk about everything from weight loss, healthy eating. My mom and I came up with about 16 recipes, I think, in there that are quick and easy meals you can make on a Sunday and have them all week long. Travel tips, because I travel constantly. Let's see, organization tips for your home, your office, your car. And then also we talk a lot about the emotional foundation and how to deal with friends and family and some difficult situations. So I kind of guide everyone with everything that I've learned that I've been able to utilize and put into place so far. But I'm ever changing, I'm always learning. I talk about Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy that means continuous improvement in the book a lot. So I'm sure I'll have a part 2 to this at some point, because I'm always trying to get better, and that's what I hope women will take away from this.
Boy, am I glad she made a video for this book, because it's hard for me to pinpoint what really makes this practical all around. I know I said this before when I did Relish by Daphne Oz, but it bears repeating again because this line is quite genius, if I do say so myself. Many people out there, when they get into this line of work, want to make the premier league of life improvement books. So it's hard for me to pinpoint what really makes it practical. So I just go along and pinpoint what makes it fun, and in this case, sexy. And even if you're wearing an eye patch or a daggone monocle, you can't help but admit she is quite a looker. And there are a few features that really make this a must-buy if you're an Everygirl of Maria Menounos, meaning a hardcore fan of hers. Here we go. In the Everygirl decor section, she gives you some tips for setting up your very own screening room, if you can't afford it. Even a spa, but still, a screening room? Extras to add to that screening room, and your screening room tech needs: a DVD player, a projector, a darkened room, a white wall for the screen, some fun extras, an old-fashioned popcorn machine, vintage movie posters, a nacho machine, a microwave, an espresso and latte maker, and some screening room pointers to make the most out of your experience in construction and enjoyment. Even giving you some tips for setting up your own at-home spa. That is, if you can afford it. Tips on those tips are laid out here in these Everygirl extra credit sidebars. They're the variables beyond the variables, folks. Just to summarize that. This is a typical day in the life of Maria Menounos. Although in her words, no day is typical. If she had to summarize just one common day of the week, it would be a typical day shooting Access Hollywood, beginning at 6:50 a.m. when she wakes up with natural sunlight, and ending at 11 p.m. when she goes to sleep. And by the way, she's one of the perkier and prettier stalwarts of NBC News, also contributing for the Today Show and NBC Nightly News. These are some of her red carpet looks we're in the makeup section now, including one done for the Curious Case of Benjamin Button premiere, with our last strip for drama. So it's safe to say that she is quite striking. Heck, if you saw her Everygirl's Guide to Cooking or half her Everygirl's Diet and Fitness book, you probably know that already. Next up, we're in the, what section is this? Everygirl, Friends and Family. Avoid vampires. And who are vampires? Well, they're not the heartthrobs from Twilight. They're people who suck your energy or destroy you. Like Vampire Paul trying to steal props off of one of her movie sets. Yes, she is definitely a modern-day media mogul, and one of the most humble ones we've ever known through a book. Vampire Karen is a co-worker who complains about work and life every minute of the day. Let me stop right there. So maybe the magically maddening society of Karens are vampires who don't have fangs, but sure do have claws. We've all encountered a Karen. I would hate to think that Maria has some tendencies that a Karen would share in any minor detail of her life. Because if that was the case, I'd throw away all three of her books. But I paid good money for them, and so far, this is quite breezy. But I will give you a fair and proper balance of conversational tone spread throughout this book a little bit later. As far as the Everygirl and love section goes, Maria answers your most pressing dating questions. Can you ask him out? Yes, it's actually bolder if the girl asks the guy out, and to quote Jude from 16, it would be a pretty cool move. Should you date him for money? Well, if you are strapped for cash, well, I guess. But you should also pick up your slack in other areas, as long as he takes care of the finances. Maybe it should be 50-50. How do you know if he's a bum? If he can't hold a job, or has no career aspirations at all. If so, he's a bum, and you should be done. How do you keep your girlfriends out of your love life? Don't gossip or gush about your man too much. It makes them jealous. Only lean on them for the most important things, such as an engagement, or moving in together, or if all else fails, a breakup. That's us. How can you stop obsessing over him? According to Maria, maybe you ought to get off the technology just a little bit. Every unanswered text is followed up by 3 more of them, and that's pretty much unhealthy. And should you make love on the first date? She categorically denies that. However, for me, if you both understand the consequences of doing so, and yet you are safe and comfortable in doing so, and the consequences are pretty mundane to begin with, well, you two consenting adults, have at it. Next, we're in the Everygirl fitness section, I presume. Let me just check. Everygirl loses weight. Oh well, one and the same. Healthy diet, healthy amount of exercise, gets you a better body and a better life. This is her workout routine, at least done at her home gym. I'm showing this because the Everygirl's Guide to Diet and Fitness will be reviewed next, and really last in the future. That is, unless she comes out with another Everygirl guide that I'll just happen to buy retail. That is, if I have a chance to actually meet her, because I quite admired her a bit. And if nothing else, again, you'd be wearing a monocle, and you'd agree with me that it doesn't get any more practical, more fun, or hotter than this. If all else fails, you can try her Lazy Woman's workout. A few simple moves, a few simple stretches that you could do in the comfort of your own pajamas on your own bed. And finally, I'd be a nimrod not to profile her Everygirl recipe section. I mean, I did her Everygirl's Guide to Cooking first. These are about 14 to 16 more recipes, some of them incorporating her Greek heritage in here. Many of them include pictures of the recipes themselves, Maria and her family hard at work preparing them. Well, actually, I should say one for this recipe, but that's about it. So photography-wise, it's pretty darn good. And in terms of beauty, health, fitness, style, nutrition, and of course, relationships, she's got you covered here. In 75% journalistic, 25% gal palace tone. That is your balance for conversational tone throughout this entire thing. Anyway, this book got rave reviews from Kim Kardashian, Heidi Klum, Tori Spelling, and her NBC News colleagues over at the Today Show. NBC News colleagues, I should say, Kathy Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb. This is an It Books publication and input of Harper College Publishers, which retails for $19.99. For her second time up at bat, I'd say it's another home run. And you wanna know why? Because she acknowledges her Everygirls in the acknowledgement section of the book. We'll go back there now. The Everygirls, by the way, are her fans who have followed her career and supported her along the way. I bet they could be every guys too. Rest assured, I'm one of them. Some of the more practical instructions for improving your life can be boiled down into simple lists right here in the appendix. And there are plenty of listed here, organizational materials and so forth. There you go. The Everygirl's Guide to Life. Makes you want to wear a suit with slippers to summer camp, right? But in any event, my big, fat, not-so-Greek, but always in good standing brain appreciates bargains like these. And if you ever want to wear a suit with slippers, make sure you bring a few other pairs of footwear to this celeb journalism summer camp, because walking a mile in Maria's shoes just might be one pretty fun adventure. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.